Welcome, race fans. This is the Ultimate Racing Network's N12, the 12 Hours of Nurburgring. We've got two classes here, GT and TC, the touring cars and the Grand Touring cars. I'll go through exactly which cars are available here, but we are slated for 6 stints of roughly 2 hours of racing here. Completing 12 hours of a grueling event around Nurburgring here. This is the Behemoth layout, or rather the Nürburgring 24 layout, where it bypasses the first couple of corners, goes straight on to what would normally be turn 4 for the Strecke circuit. Looks like we're going through a restart right now. Must be a lobby setting issue. Right then, it looks like we're just getting restarted here. I apologize. I'll give you the starting order and reintroduction here in just a minute. Right then, this is the Ultimate Racing Network. This is the N12, otherwise known as the 12 Hours of Nurburgring. This is going to be around the Nürburgring 24-hour layout. PTG Mesosphere, this is not going to be a full parade lap. It will go mostly around the GP circuit as they do a rolling start here. We do have two classes, the TC and the GT. That's the touring cars and the Grand Touring cars. We just get situated here to watch our pace car while they begin that. There is only one lobby here, but we are talking about 6 stints of roughly 2 hours of racing to make up 12 hours total. Mesosphere, the standing start should be at the end of the GP circuit. There are 20 drivers here, I believe. Let me just double check the stint roster. Yes, there are 20 drivers in here, plus a pace lap and myself as a camera car. You can see the wonderfully painted race control car there. That was done by Forza livery guy. That's amazing work by him. We're going to go back and take a look at a couple of the cars in the GT here, right on board with TLR Overdrive in their SRT Viper. On pole here was LMR Canal Boat with their qualifying time of 8 minutes 21.673, a full 5 seconds ahead of DBUK DHL Racing in the Lamborghini. Tech Life Racing starts third with a 8 minutes 30 seconds 0.6. Grip Tech Racing, or Grip Tech Performance rather, in the Audi starts just behind that with a 8:30.902. F4H Girls Gone Wild, hilarious sponsor there, is in the Dodge, and they qualified with an 8 minutes 33.472. Jumping down to the touring cars is F4H Red Sonja starting the pack in the Mercedes. F4H Motorsport also in the Mercedes, just a second behind with an 8:54.769. Tech Life Racing TC is in the Audi for this one. 8:55.350 puts them third. F4H Racing also in the Mercedes. is 857.637, so they'll start 4th. Happy Cat Racing, Traxxas starts 5th. HCR Yagamura is in the, both of those cars are in the Hondas, and they will start 5th and 6th. Looks like they have just now gone green. The Bentley is away. That is going to be an exceptionally fast car here. I apologize, we're still trying to get mostly set up with some of our overlays and things, so bear with me on that. I'll try and keep up with the chat as the race unfolds here. Currently, I am solo in the commentating booth, so there may be brief pauses and things. I'm not sure that you want to hear me yakking in your ear for the full 12 hours anyway. We will try and stream as many of these sessions as we possibly can. That Tech Life Racing Viper is all over the back of that Lamborghini of DBUK DHL Racing. Just behind that, the Viper of F4H Girls Gone Wild has moved up a spot into 4th and is basically knocking on the back door of Tech Life Racing here. Could be shaping up a move. It looks like he's going to the outside, dives down the inside. Oh, does look like contact. Tech Life Racing collected in that. Several cars, actually. A Mercedes out of it. Tech Life Racing. I know the TC cars were started further back. Why don't we hop over to them and see where we're at. We'll go to F4H Stingray, right on board with him. Very close here in the TCs. Looks like we've actually got F4H Devil, who moved up from 4th to 1st. I apologize, it does look like there's only 18 cars on track. We have 9 in each class. And actually, you can see LER Vision Thing here in the TC has moved up considerably. This could actually be way wide from LER Vision Thing. That's a terrific slide, but that's costing him a lot of time. Apologize while I just step away for 1 minute here, see if we can't get one more person in the commentating booth with me.
Hey up, dude. Shite. I can't hear anything. I'm gone. Because, see. Right, just give me 2 secs, right? I'll have to put my headset in. Just try and use my microphone. Give me 2 secs, dude.
All right, sorry about that brief momentary loss of sound there as I bring two more people into the commentary booth. Martin will be joining us in just a minute. That's F4H Trash. I have HCR Solar with me here in the commentating booth. Say hello.
Hello, guys.
Right, so we're both going to be commentating on this race here, what's unfolding. Now, like I said, we do have 18 cars on track. There's 9 in the GT, and there are 9 in the TC. And currently leading, I'm sure not a surprise to anyone, currently leading the GTs is Elamar Ascari from Elamar Canal Boat. That guy is just wicked fast in that Bentley. Not really sure what the gap is currently, but I know that I can't see second place behind him. It is a considerable gap, actually. We'll go to GSR Roadrunner. We'll see if we can't calculate what the gap is here. Right, so that's, good lord, that's nearly a 10-second gap already. I believe they are on lap 2. Right, so GSR Roadrunner then is in second at the moment. We've got Iceman 412 in third. TLR Overdrive has fallen to third at the moment. F4H Miko is fifth. F4H Music Man is sixth. Haiti T is seventh. LER Vision Thing does lead the TCs, which means we must have a GT that is out of position here. I'll see if I can't find out who that is. It could be Stingray. I have to double check on that one. But Vision Thing is actually catching one of the Vipers. The Viper must be down on power, must be damaged. We'll take a quick look at that as that develops further. So HCR Solar, tell us about your conditioning for this race. How much practice have you done to try and prepare yourself for this 12-hour event?
I actually haven't done that much practice, and I had about 3 to 4 laps in before qualifying last night, and just somehow managed to pull a half decent lap out. And the other lads that I'm teamed up with, like TJ and Asleep, they haven't had much practice either, so we're just going with what we think's best at the moment. As the other HCR lads like Hamish, Belmond and Misty, they've had a lot more practice than we have, so it's going to go pretty much balls to the wall with us lot.
Yeah, it is sort of a healthy balance between trying to prepare yourself for the race and yet not race it so much that you get totally burned out on it.
Yeah, it was after last night, after my qualifying, I just had to go to sleep. I was concentrating that much and just took everything out of me. Especially around this circuit, it's very, what's the word I'm looking for now? Can't think of the word, but you need the concentration for it.
Oh yeah, especially at this track. I mean, there are so many corners here. It's not like, I mean, there's a stark difference between the tracks that have 20 or some odd corners, you know, between 10 and 20 corners, and the tracks like this where the corners are almost too numerous. You know, if you ask 5 people, look, a pass right there. One of the F4H members on another F4H. We'll see right here. I believe that is Chris Supra then moving up on F4H Stingray.
Obviously, I'll get this like 30 seconds later if my connection decides to work.
Pretty good action back here in the TCs. They're relatively close. We do have a Lamborghini well out of position. I'll see if I can't figure out exactly who that is. I believe it's Virtual Speedworks Motorsports, and that would be Jono the One back there. He started 8th, but I believe the TC field has entirely passed him. If he's picked up some damage, though, that it's not going to be entirely his fault, is it? I mean, it's very difficult to drive around this track with damage, and if it's considerable damage, he's kind of lucky he's even going that fast.
He probably got caused in that early little power up at the start of the race.
Yeah,
Like
that was
after a
sort
few
of in
corners.
the top to midfield. It's possible he just didn't see it coming and ran into somebody else. But yeah, that initially looked like it was between the Tech Life Racing Dodge and the Grip Tech Performance Audi, possibly the LMRG Drive Audi as well. I'm not sure. I know there was a Mercedes in there.
Yeah. It was pretty close between the TC field from what I've just seen through the stream now. Especially the top 4 of them.
Oh, a little bit of a bump there between the with the F4H and what is that? Is that the... Can't quite see it through the trees there. It is just between the 2 F4H cars there.
If he's picked up some damage.
So you're driving. Let's see here. You're going to be in the Honda that's just behind. Started fifth. Yes.
Yeah, HCR Tractors.
So your teammate at the moment.
He's just behind HCR Yamagura from what I've seen.
See if we can't pick him up. It looks like he's in 14th overall, but yes, it looks like he's in. Let's see what that would be.
6th, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It might be 5th actually.
No, because you got the Audi further up, haven't you?
Yeah, it definitely is. You're right.
Like I say, TJ hasn't had much practice in it. He's literally come on, put the tune on, and then just gone with it. Try to do his best he can.
Just answering a few questions there in the Twitch stream. Again, if you're watching this afterward and you want to know where we stream, we're over on twitch.tv/turnmedia, all one word, no underscores or anything like that. Right, so this is the 12 hours of Nurburgring. This is Stint 1, and we are watching the TC class at the moment through a very tricky section of the lower circuit, rather, as they just joined the GP circuit.
Yeah, I just left a host. Hopefully some of my followers come and jump in.
Martin, we saw early that there was damage between there was a collision up in the GTs between the TLR Viper and several other cars. It looked like somebody had hit the Viper from behind, but I couldn't be sure without reviewing it. Who is running the Mercedes GT?
I believe that is a LMR entry. LMRG drive, is it?
The GTs between the
Let's take a quick look, see if I can't find that.
Viper and several other.
Yeah, the Mercedes should be the LMRG drive car.
All right, so we've got TLR
Yeah,
Overdrive, who
Overdrive.
started third, is currently 6th, but still looks on decent pace here. We'll move up the field a bit and give you a quick rundown. LMR Ascari is really just driving away with this.
I'm just catching up with things here. Apologies for my absence. It looks like there's a limping Lamborghini here, been chased down by the touring car field.
Yes, absolutely. That looks to be Jono the One, actually, currently in 11th overall.
As two of the F4H guys had a little bump to Dory or something, we've just seen TJ go past two of the F4H TCC cars.
They could
Let's
have.
see. Yeah, it does.
There's no love lost between the drivers.
There's no team orders. They are definitely in it to race it.
Yeah, we are not Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, it does look like those two have moved backward in the TC class.
There's not much between it though. I mean, you've got 4 TC cars there, all there or thereabouts with each other anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go forward then into the GTs and take a look at where F4H Miko is. It looks like most of the GTs are sort of off in their own world. They've cleared some space ahead and behind, and just trying to focus on getting those lap times in.
Yeah, it's probably safe to do that. You don't want to be up someone's rear end for this whole race. You know, you jeopardise your own car, you jeopardise their car.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
12
absolutely.
hours. You
You look at those TCs. And the TCs, even though they're running, it's exciting to watch them run that closely. They have got to be affecting each other's times. There's no way they
Oh,
can run that
definitely.
closely. A little bit of a wide moment there from F4H Miko, but rejoins the track okay. Yeah, anyway, driving that closely together, somebody is getting hindered, and the whole pack is going to be making more mistakes. The guys behind are going to be held up by the guy in front, and the guy in front is going to be making more mistakes because of the pressure.
Oh, most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And the cars are going to be sketchy anyway. I don't know what everyone's running, but I know several of the entries here are running no aero. So that front end's going to be a little bit sketchy anyway, and catching someone's draft at the wrong point on the track is only going to end in bad news.
Absolutely. I'm going to step out of the commentating box just for a moment here. I'm going to let you guys take over between Martin and Solar here. Let you guys just see what you see. I'll try and switch the camera view over to another here. We'll go on board with Haiti T.
Yeah, I'm a bit behind on the stream, so
Yeah, won't be able to comment on immediate passes or anything like that, but I think in the GT, you're not really going to be witnessing a whole lot of that in this early stage of the race.
No.
not really.
We may see some changes there or thereabouts when the pits come around.
Depends
many
if
laps
people
are we-
want to risk a lap. Because in the TCC cars, as I know with the Honda, you can't go any more than 4 laps, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I believe there's one car that can only do 3 laps.
That might be the Merc.
You know, that's the Bentley for sure. The Bentley cannot do 4 laps.
Yeah.
That's probably why they have to pull such a big lead before they pit then, so they can still come out in front.
Oh,
Yeah,
most
it'll be-
definitely, yeah. The car,
It'll
the
be
car's
interesting
rapid.
calculation, won't it? Because they've got to make up. I mean, a pit stop here is roughly 20 seconds or so, and
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you look at it, one car has to pit every 3 laps, and one has to pit every 4 laps. So there's a 25% penalty there. The pit lane is roughly 20 to 30 seconds or so.
Yep.
So let's go generous and say it's 30 seconds. It's only a fourth of that they're really getting penalized each time, and to say that that they're gonna lose 5 seconds, I think they're gonna make up more than that in 3 laps just based on their pace. So I don't really I think it's gonna be close, but I don't think it'll really affect them that much.
No. A lot of it can factor into how the car's tuned as well. You know, if you're running full aero, that is putting a lot more pressure on your fuel consumption. That's what we found during testing.
I did no testing, I just went off what the team told me. Literally, I did about 3 laps before qualifying yesterday, and then obviously had another an hour in the car. So yeah, so try and keep up with the stream, having to keep refreshing it to see what's happening. But seems like AD's got this under wraps here with where he is. No one in front, no one behind him.
Yeah, that's nice. You can just get your head down then and just hot lap away.
You just don't push it and don't go too slow. Just do your own thing, ain't it?
Well, that's it. Yeah. You know, there's 11 and a half hours of this left. They got a long way to go yet.
Yeah. There's anything that can happen.
You know, I believe the field are entering the GP circuit now, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Does look like we're
Ooh,
seeing the
80's
first
in the
pit
pits
stop there.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe damage, or is this his 3rd lap?
Yep, this should be 3rd lap now.
Yeah. So everyone else is going out for it to see if they can run it,
Going for the
or
fourth, yeah.
or generally, AD can't go for the fourth.
I think the Mercedes can run 4, but again, I think that comes down to how the car's set up as well. You
Yeah.
know, maybe it's not
Maybe
worth
it's
the
trying
risk.
to leapfrog then.
Yeah. I believe this is Alex just passing me now, so if I count it down,
Almar Ascari. Yeah, that's Alex. That was lap 2.
right.
Oh,
Alex has got a 15-second lead on the car behind him.
Jesus.
15 seconds already, so that's going to be what they're going on for 4 now, so that's roughly 5 seconds a lap. So if he
Yeah.
can pull another 5 seconds this lap, it's going to mount
He
up.
should be
He could
fine.
he's going to end up getting a free pit stop here, and come out. But saying that, he'll come out with traffic.
This is actually lap 4 of the race, is that correct?
Yeah, so the Bentley is on its 4th lap. And there goes Hayday.
Aiden had damage from what I'm getting from the Twitch chat here. Apparently hit a few walls.
Okay. So that could be costly.
But it could work out in his favour as well.
I need to do the maths.
Because maybe people doing like 4 lap stoppers, as Aiden's going to be doing a 2 1 lap stopper. It could work out for him in the long run. Only time will tell.
No, I don't think it will. I think if he's running four laps per stint, I think he's going to have to come in just before the end of the race for a splash.
I apologize, just getting a quick banner on there. It's gonna show up in the middle just for a minute, and then it'll go to the bottom.
Yeah, I know how it works, man. No need to worry about that. It always puts it in the middle for you. Then you always crap edit scene, move it down.
Yeah, his Eclipse. Just to answer a quick question from the stream chat here. He has already pit. His tire wear is only 8%, so this is his first lap on him.
Alex just pitted, so that's the end of lap 3. What?
Well, meaning this is lap 4 now that he's on.
Yeah.
Right, so the running order then, Martin, if you'd like to run us through that real quick.
Yep. Right, the GT field is LMR Ascari, F4H Miko, Iceman in 3rd, GSR Roadrunner 4th, TLR Overdrive 5th, Heidi T 6th, F4H Music Man 7th, RPG Cartman 8th, and poor old Jono the one in 9th with his damaged Lamborghini.
Now, theoretically, he should be getting past those TC cars as he, when he does come in for a pit, he should be coming past those TC cars.
Yeah, the problem you've got is, we've seen it in qualifying, is some of the touring car guys, especially the faster ones, are qualifying faster than some of the GT drivers.
Who
It happens though.
who ended up qualifying for Virtual Speedworks?
Jono.
Okay,
believe.
so he's in the car. He's capable of an 846, so he can go faster, but he's a good 15 seconds off the what I would call human pace of the GTs, and then we've got those two in the 820s that are just total alien
Actually,
times. The gap between first and third is nearly 10 seconds.
checking his other teammates now, it could have either been J-Spec or Stug. I did not know. I thought it was just Jono, the one and Lone Wolf teamed up, but Stug and J-Spec were also in there, so it could have been one of
Yeah.
them.
I'd have to
Because I
check the
do know
doc.
Stug.
I think they all had to go at qualifying. But
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
know.
who's.
I
Yeah.
think Lone Wolf was in with us last night, and so was Jono.
Yeah, it looks like Jono qualified with a 916, so yeah, he's definitely behind the pace of those TC cars.
That was a dirty lap, I do believe, though, wasn't it?
No, that was a clean.
No, it was clean. Yeah.
Oh,
It could have been his banker lap, though.
yeah, could have been. It is mad how some of the guys, though, like the S4H guys, got an 853.
F4H Miko then, after the pits, has moved up into second. Iceman 412 is third. GSR Roadrunner fourth. TLR Overdrive is fifth. ADT is sixth. What happened to... okay, so GSR Roadrunner then, after the pits, did come down to fourth. We should ride on board with him. He's going to be... He should be catching... Yeah, he definitely is. We can see him there definitely catching the Viper of Iceman 412 ahead of him. Really just a couple hundred feet ahead. And there's the pass on that front straight. We just saw that the speed in that Lambo. He's definitely got legs on that Viper, and now we see him chasing down. There's another Viper ahead, F4H Miko, that he's going to be engaging here rather shortly, I would imagine.
Mm.
Yeah, in fact, it was a null event as the Viper goes into the pits. Looks like the Lamborghini is on a three lap pit strategy as well. We're going to go back and take a look at some of the TC cars here. There's definitely going to be some action back there, as we saw before. See if we can't find out where the pack is. Martin, can you step us through the running order for the TC class?
Yeah, the current order is F4H Chris Supra, HCR Belmont, F4H Devil, F4H Stingray, HCR TJ Steel, Nismo Steve, LER Vision Thing, XPR Chicane, and ATP Fenboy bringing up the rear.
What's happened to Vision Fingers? He had like a little hiccup or something. He's doing 55s and he's behind.
Yeah, it could be. We're currently, we just switched to Vision Thing to watch him run, and he is currently chasing down
TJ.
Yeah, Nismo Steve, actually. It looks like.
Oh.
Looks like he's going to make the pass here momentarily, just as they go through the top of the straight. Does get the pass done, moves up a position. Expertly done there, no drama. So it could be just a fuel usage thing. Maybe he's on a 3. Oh, looks like a Viper is pulled over. Is that actually, is he out?
Who's that?
I'm not sure. It was one of the Vipers. Could be Jono the one. Let me take a quick look.
No, Jono's in a Lamborghini, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Wasn't that?
To watch him run. And
There it is. It
Oh,
is
he's run out of
Iceman.
fuel.
What?
Ran out of fuel. I've just had a message from TJ saying he's run out of fuel.
No.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's really disappointing to miss
So-
the fuel window there.
He must have gone for an extra lap and not realised to pick, because looking on the map here, from what I can see from my standpoint, he's on the GP circuit.
Nah, just
Oh no, he
barely
hasn't
off
made
of
it,
it.
has he? Yeah.
Just
No.
barely
Oh.
off of it. I wonder if he could pop the
Clutch.
I wonder if he can, pop the clutch and just sort of move it just a little bit. I know it would be very slow going, but he might be able to make it into the pits if he can manage to do it enough times to get just a couple of mile an hour out of it.
Yeah.
TJ was telling me that he's just got in the pits and there's a car out of fuel. So yeah, there you go. There's that story.
That's
All
unfortunate.
he needs a rescue service to come and push him.
You gonna help him out with that, Martin?
Oh, no
Yeah,
way.
fine.
That would mean I'd have to drive backwards on the track. The cars are too spread out
pushing.
now.
You're being told by Death to go pushing, mate.
Oh, if I could get away with it, I would. You know, if he asked nicely, maybe one of the GT guys, maybe Alex will give him a little nudge. He's got enough time.
Alex could give him warp speed into the pit lane there, couldn't he?
Goodbye.
Wow, that's super disappointing, and really our first, what I would call a retirement from a session,
Yeah.
Yep.
unless a miracle happens here. He's hitting the brakes as if he's got blinkers on.
He's-
Man, that's disappointing to see there. Right, so LER vision thing, that had to be a pit stop issue, because he is now right back up the order. Martin, you want to give us his position? He shows 9th overall. He's got to be just off of leading TC. Maybe in the top 3 for sure, I would say.
Yeah, let me have a look. He's showing on my screen as in second. Second in the TC class.
He is definitely pushing it. You can see him sort of at the limits of what that Audi is capable of, kind of jumping over those curbs. But, you know, LER Vision thing, as well as he's done this race, he's not the anchor for this car. They've got TPR Lawrence coming up for that car, and that guy is mentally fast.
Yeah. All I can see on my mini-map is that car just stranded. Saying, help me!
You could probably take the... it's totally up to you. You don't need to interfere with this at all, but... man, to lose that much distance in the first stint, that's pretty rough. If you wanted to nudge him, you could probably just take all the side roads, couldn't you? Or use all the runoff to get him.
Depends if anyone's feeling generous enough, so don't it?
We'll go up
Push
to
him.
F4H Music Man. F4H Diablo encouraging us to push him. That's a brilliant livery on that F4H Viper. Bit of a tail slide there from F4H Music Man. I don't think that's the quickest way around, but he kept it on track. Puts a little bit more heat in the tires than probably he would like. But on a track this large, I'm not sure it will really matter. I mean, he can make that up relatively quickly, but here every little bit counts, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Banner's gone. You've got your...
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Thank you.
It's showing your desktop. You got it as a window capture, haven't you? Or monitor capture.
Bit of a tail slide
Hang on,
there.
let me see what I've got my OBS settings on there and I can help you out with that. Is it OBS you're using or something else?
Yeah, OBS.
Yeah, what you want to do is you want to click
I've got it. I've got it.
I have too many things in my overlay, so I need a struggle.
Oh, sounds like there might be contact back here. HCR Belmond.
Yeah, I'm seeing microphones going in here.
If there was, it might have just been a hairy overtake there from a GT car. It looks like there's a Lamborghini ahead. It looks like Jono's Lamborghini.
Is it OBS you use?
Yeah, OBS. I've got it.
It's gonna be a long, long race, isn't it, Martin? What do you have on the current timer there?
I can't look at the minute.
Jono, the one Drift King 2015 in that Lamborghini. Looks like the TCs are actually getting ready to pass Jono. He concedes he doesn't want to interfere in their race. It's honorable, honestly, to let those guys go by and not interfere too much. He is currently in a TC sandwich, though. They need to get around him quickly before this really interrupts the race that they've got going on. I wonder if on this long straight, if the GT car is going to pass him.
And that will be Balmond on him, won't it?
Looks like they're coming up. I really hope that Iceman is currently offline enough.
Iceman is currently getting rescued. Don't watch.
Watch him.
We just saw just a bump there, yeah. Is he away? Is he not steering?
No, he's here, We've got to keep to the left off track.
Oh, a bit of track cut there by the Lamborghini, trying to use every little bit of advantage there.
Also, that Johnny's got damage as well because he is not getting past that Honda as quick as he should.
Right. So you're at the stream questions coming in. One of them just asked who all's racing. Let's just go through it quick. Martin, if you would run us through the running order real quick through both classes.
I'm just going through pit lane at the minute. Once I bring the car to safety, I'll read that out. I've just
Perfect.
brought Iceman to the pits.
Looks like another pass from HCR Belmont on the GT. Now, this is 4 position overall, but this is kind of dangerous for the GT car to be this close. It honestly, probably for him, he should just probably back out of it unless he has superior pace over these TCs. Because as we mentioned before, it's just going to hurt everyone in the order there, including himself. Not saying he's going to run into him, just the time of trading back and forth is going to hurt him.
Yeah, the thing is though, Jono's holding him up for no reason. All Jono's not even in contention with the other GTs. He should just, like you say, let him go past. Let
Yeah,
the others
200.
go past when they get close.
You're absolutely right. I mean, I'm not saying he should, has to do that. That's not in the rules at all. I mean, it's 4 position overall, but the strategic thing here. Well,
Yeah.
the strategic thing here would be just drop back a couple hundred feet and start running your own race. If you catch him later, you plan your attack. But right now, he's kind of just going back and forth.
Because at the moment he seems to be getting awfully close to the back of Balmond, and if he takes Balmond out, it's going to be not too nice on Jono's side when he's not even racing anyone himself. So it's a bit unfair if he does just keep battling them out like he is. Maybe he's bored, so he's just battling them, but you don't know.
Now it looks like F4H Devil is actually coming up on the back of Jono.
He definitely shouldn't be bored on this circuit.
Jono sideways, huge drift and into the wall for him.
Are we looking at damage bad?
We will take a quick look at Jono. It does look like he fell 2 positions overall there, none in class. But we will take a look at damage. Doesn't look like any damage, actually. He probably just overcooked the tires.
Yeah.
Jono sideways, huge drift.
Right. Martin, are you in a position to give us the running order for both classes?
I am, yeah. In the GT class, as we thought, it's Elamara Ascari leading in the Bentley. Followed by GSR Roadrunner in the Gallardo. We've got F4H Miko third in the Viper. Heidi T fourth in the Merc. And then we've got 3 Vipers behind. TLR Overdrive, F4H Music Man, and RPG Cartman. And then we know he's just had an incident. And Iceman last in a Viper, but we know he's on track and he's running again now. And
that's good for Iceman to know he's not just totally out of this stint.
No, he's lost something, but it's not the end of the world. Anything can happen to anyone else. And in the touring car class, it is F4H Chris Supra leading the way in the Mercedes, followed by Vision Thing in the Audi. You got Belmont third in the Honda. You've got the 2 F4H Mercedes behind Devil and Stingray, and HCR TJ Steele Civic, Nismo Steve in the Civic, XPR Chicane in the BMW, and Fenboy bringing up the rear in the Audi.
Excellent. So there is your running order. We're currently on board with RPG Cartman. We see him in the Viper, and just behind we see LER Vision Thing in that Audi closing in, actually. It looks like Vision Thing actually has a bit more pace. I don't believe we're looking at any damage. No, not looking at any damage on the Viper. It just looks like outright pace. We can take a look at LER Vision Thing to see how his tires are doing. They're roughly at the same spot, 40% front right there. That's going to be the fronts are really going to be tortured on this track, I think, more than others. It's not really an inside-outside issue at this track. Honestly, with how close the TC are from GT in terms of pace, I mean, yes, we have some aliens up there, but with how close they are. I mean, the general pack is only 20 seconds or so difference. So one mistake really, it's easy for it to cost you 10 to 20 seconds here at this track. So it's not that surprising that we see TCs mixing it up with GTs. What is a little bit surprising is seeing some of the faster TC guys able to really get close and have a bit of a battle like this with GT. Now he's not close enough yet that I guess I wouldn't call this quite a battle yet.
That's surprising that we see TCs mixing up with GTs. What is a little bit surprising is seeing some TCs able
Apologize for the keyboard. It is just a
Yeah,
bit
it's
loud
me.
there. That's
Sorry,
all right.
my bad.
Yeah, damage definitely is on. It is sim damage for each stint. This is stint 1. Each stint is set for 2 hours. The drivers will get about a hour and 40 minutes of racing, and we will collect the distances that they have run. We will categorize those and tally their distance up overall, and get ready for the next stint. Looks like the Viper now has found his legs, is pulling away from the Audi, the TLR Audi. Right, let's go to the front and take a look at what the gap is between LMR Ascari and GSR Roadrunner. So we'll go to Ascari first, see if we can't see a major marker here. It's nearly a minute, actually, we see GSR Roadrunner behind that of LMR Ascari. So about a minute's gap, actually, this far in. We'll see F4H Miko. It looked like he was not that far behind. We'll have to see from one of the longer shots here.
Right, I think I'm done typing for a while.
This is one of the noisiest keyboards ever. Okay, yeah, we definitely do see F4H Miko. Not that far behind GSR Roadrunner. I know that Lamborghini is tough on fuel, so I don't know whether this is pit delta that we're seeing. Or whether this is outright pace if Miko is that close. I know the Viper is generally pretty good on fuel. It's not as good as, say, the McLaren or the BMW, but it still has quite a bit of pace in it.
Yeah. Are you doing the full 12 hours, by the way, Ryan?
We will see how long my endurance kicks up. I probably won't be able to do all 12, But hopefully we do have some people streaming each of the stints. I can't guarantee that all 12 will be commentated.
I'll be doing the 2nd, 4th, and 6th.
2nd, 4th, and 6th. There you go.
Yeah, so I've got 6th covered from my side, so well, I'll be streaming it from my race point of view. So as I know, I've got a few followers that want to watch it as well. So yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, we're gonna get on board here with one of these drivers and see if we can't watch some of their lines as they go through the track here. Currently, we are an hour into this race, so we've got roughly 40 minutes worth of racing left to go before we set up for Stint 2, just to give you a heads up on that.
Excuse me.
Watch some of their lines as they go through the track here.
On board now with F4H Chris Supra, class leader for the TCs in that Mercedes A45. He is annihilating his front tires, 44% in front, 12% in the rear. He's really working those front tires. That's kind of shocking to see that big of a differential. Could be that he's just not putting enough work into those rear tires, or it could be that he pit not that long ago and he's putting a lot of work into the front tires. It could be really either one. Unfortunately, we can't see his gas gauge to know how long ago he pit.
It's kind of shocking to see that big of a difference. He's just not putting enough work into the rear tire.
Yeah, his front tires are annihilated. And he was at that Chris Supra.
Yes.
Yuan.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is F4H Chris Supra, currently running 6th overall, first in class in TC in the touring car class.
Mm.
He's currently what looks to be 5 miles, nearly 5 miles ahead. It's 4 and change miles ahead of last place in the lobby. Looks like looking a little bit further back in the pack. ATP Fenboy just had a bit of a shake up there as he tried to take a bend a little bit faster than he should have. But yeah, so we're looking at roughly 125 miles he's clocked in so far.
doesn't seem like much is going on now, does it? It's
Yeah, it
dried
definitely,
out.
it definitely has evened out just a bit. Let's see if we can't see where is F4H Stingray about to overtake RPG Cartman here. He's not that far behind, honestly.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but definitely. It's F4H Stingray about to take RPG Cartman here.
So is that Stingray in second for the TC class?
No, it looks like, honestly, if I run through it real quick, it looks like F4H Chris Supra, and then HCR Belmont, I believe, is second for TC.
Uh-huh.
And then we've got F4H Stingray in third.
Yeah.
So is that Stingray in second for TC?
Does look like F4H Devil is closing in, keeping very close to F4H Stingray in the event that there's position
yeah.
to be made. He's right there to pounce. LER Vision Thing is down to 12th again, but again, that's Pit Delta's working out there. I'll be interested to see where Vision Thing goes. Maybe we should switch back to him as he chases down both cars. We can see him coming down the main straight now, a long stretch. Just answering for F4H Diablo in the stream there. Yeah, HCR Belmont is second, it looks like, in TC. Looks like it won't be this lap that he gets him with Pit Delta. It could be that he's just making up time here, but I think that those Mercedes ahead still need to pit. Huge hats off to all the painters that created these liveries. These are really fantastic, honestly. It brings a good depth to the field, and it's one advantage that I think Forza Motorsport has over any other racing game is that the creative display that happens during races is just you really can't see that in something else. I mean, iRacing maybe, but that's on PC where you're totally creating it from Photoshop versus this is all in game, and to me that's really impressive. I think there's a lot of simulators out there that could take a page out of Forza Motorsport's book on this one.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And sorry about being quiet for a minute then, I had a phone call. That Crunchyroll paint job though, that is awesome.
It is pretty amazing. As sort of the typical, the yellow, white, and blue livery is very, very typical of Tech Life Racing. They've been around in the racing scene for nearly 5 years now. They've kind of been hopping around from series to series. They spent a lot of time over in my old stomping grounds, Formula Forza. They made the leap over here to the Ultimate Racing Network and have done really well for themselves. It does look like LER Vision Thing is getting right up on the back of F4H Devil there, car 22. It looks like, oh, F4H Devil makes a mistake coming onto the GP or onto the main circuit there, and LER Vision Thing does get the pass done.
That Audi does seem rapid, to be fair.
It is very fast, and Vision Thing makes very few mistakes.
Did you do the pass on the outside? No.
I passed on the inside, rather. Devil made a mistake there coming onto the Nordschleife and just got hung up by a curb. These curbs are very tall, and they can really upset the car quickly. And I think it was smart of F4H not to try and keep his foot in it and back out just a little bit, see if he can't regain some pace there. It is a long, long race. We are only in stint 1 of 6. Only an hour and 10 minutes out of 12 hours of racing we've got here for you today.
I was going to say, Vision Thing dropped off at the very start of the race, didn't he? So he's done well to gain these positions back up.
No, actually, Vision Thing moved up rather quickly. He led TC for a while, but I do believe that he has to pit more than those Mercedes, and that has moved him back in the field a couple of times. We know that after the first pit deltas were done, he was second, so perhaps he made a mistake here or there, or somebody else picked up pace, but he's a pretty strong competitor here. They did start third on the grid. I'm not sure that they expected, and that was on TPR Lawrence's time, so I'm not sure that they expect to be running in the top three this stint. But Vision Thing is actually doing pretty well for them.
Yeah, I was going to say, because he qualified third, and it seemed like he might have just dropped back a bit. So that's why I was saying that. I just got the timesheet up here.
Yeah, keep in mind that their qualifier was TPR Lawrence, who is among the aliens, really, and that placed him third. LER Vision Thing, not saying he's slow, he's just not alien. He's more human than the most of these guys, but he's a very consistent driver at that, and I think that helps you out, especially at a track like this. Again, getting back to Tech Life Racing history, these guys, they did come into turn and ran the Masters Series first in the Mitsubishi Evo and took the team championship pretty much straight away, and then in the second season they took the team championship for the European Series. So they did it once on the North American side, switched back and grabbed it on the European side this time, and it was pretty impressive stuff. So going for I don't know, probably class victory here if they can in TC. I think it's going to be a long haul.
Yeah, it's going to be a long shot, especially with the F4H guys. They pretty much set the bar, the benchmark, didn't they, with a 53.
Yeah, but we also know that Nurburgring is not all about pace. I mean, actually, consistency counts for a lot here. If he's let's say that Vision Thing is a sub 9-minute driver, which I believe him to be. I think we're gonna see. His consistency count for way more than his lack of pace. And by lack of pace, it's not that far off. All right, so let's take a quick look at where is the XPR car? Let me take a quick look. See if I can't find that.
Pace or die from Harmonic.
XPR Chicane has had a big, I don't know if it, well, okay, so he started 8th, and he is currently running 8th in class, ahead of ATP Fenboy, who is 9th. The gap currently is roughly a mile. He's right around 7,000 feet ahead of ATP Fenboy. Cheers to ATP Fenboy for streaming his view of this race. That does help us out. Again, ATP Fenboy is 120 miles into his stint here. We've got 48 minutes to go. Scratch that. We're an hour and 10 minutes in, so that actually means we've got more like 30 minutes to go.
doesn't look. I think you could actually take the banner down a tiny bit because you've obviously got that white line just underneath where it is, or is that part of the actual banner?
Let me take a quick look at that.
Because I'm pretty sure you'll be able to drop it down and it will set itself in place when you just drop it down a tiny bit more. Being timed out.
Right, so we're going to switch on here to another one. Let's look at HCR TJ Steele. I don't think we've followed him yet.
Yeah, he's a consistent driver, TJ is. He's a good lad.
Just in for new boots on his Honda. He's into the pits right now. Currently sitting 13th overall.
Right, so we're gonna switch on.
6th, is he?
13th overall. I'd have to take a look. Martin, are you still with us here?
No. That's a no.
Okay. Yeah, he's out. Yeah, let me see if I can see what the position is for him overall. So it looks like Chris Supra is up in first. Then LER Vision Thing is second. We've got HCR Belmont is third. F4H Devil is fourth. F4H Stingray fifth. HCR
Yeah.
TJ Steele sixth then.
Yeah.
So it looks like Chris Supra is up in first, then LER Vision Thing is second.
All right, so we have had one car run out of fuel. I don't know that we've set a precedent for saving them, but he was very, very close to the pits, wasn't he? So he was within recovery range, honestly, of our timing car. I think if he was on the other side of the circuit, it would be very, very difficult for our timing car to go back and get him, as opposed to, you know, within
Nice, man.
reasonable range. And in the GP circuit, there's quite a bit of runoff room to use to get him. I think it would be rather dangerous for our timing car to run around the entire Nordschleife trying to find the car and push him around. There's not much room.
I think he was on the other side of the
Someone just come in and said the Almar paint jobs are way ugly.
I don't think they're that bad, honestly.
Yes.
So
Doing
let's
a
take a
Bentley.
Yeah.
They look ugly no matter what you do to it. Just one of the biggest, meanest cars going.
So currently he is still in the pits. To be honest, they haven't done that much with the livery. It's still rocking a pretty predominantly green and white traditional Bentley livery.
Oh,
It looks rather factory to me.
To be honest, they
yeah.
that much with the lubricants. I think they predominantly white.
This looks a normal standard paint job. Good job, Abby. Looks shiny.
Yeah, indeed.
Rather factory to me.
But is that just because Alex hasn't put it in the wall?
That could be as well. He's very, very consistent. We see just a little bit of tire debris on the back there, taking a bit of curb there as well. But yeah, very, very shiny. We know that cosmetically the damage will stay with it. So we see just a rear, just a bit of one of those corners have been popped. But honestly, that's really surprising that the car hasn't seen anything yet. GSR Roadrunner, then let's go follow on board with him, see where he's at. Just coming onto the GP circuit. It's a rather smart DHL Lamborghini, I think. I rather like the Lamborghini. It's unfortunate that it is so fuel heavy, and that the headlights are so easy to break in this car. They're
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but this car, you can see already that both of them are broken. At night, that's going to mean an immediate pit.
People are gonna have to be a lot more consistent when it comes to the rain and the dark tracks, the night time, should I say so. But some people, it depends on how consistent you are and how much you've been around this track. Not just in the car that they're in now, but on a regular basis in any class.
You can see already that
Yeah.
at night.
Right, I'm going to have a quick wee break. I'll be back in a sec.
No Pennzoil Zexel paint for it. I'm not sure I know who Nimi says no is, but seems to be quite familiar with the old Formula Forza R1 Championship.
I heard 18 car power. What?
I don't think there is a 18 car pileup.
No, I just saw someone put it in the stream.
Oh yeah. That's David Hoke there.
Yeah.
Right, so we've seen LER Vision Thing currently second in TC, moving up. He's been a story that's interesting to follow because he's been all over the place in this grid, moving forward and back just because of the pit deltas. One of the few cars running the Audi. And I believe that we see ahead F4H Chris Supra, but I can't be certain. He's got a good lap there. So we've got 2 dry stints, 2 wet stints, and 2 night stints. This should be really interesting once we start getting into those races to see how those play out. But it's definitely going to be challenging, I think. At the moment, it appears that LMR Ascari is leading this race, GSR Roadrunner second, F4H Miko third, Haiti T is fourth. We'll switch to him real quick. We're not going to abandon TC, but just take a quick look here. It has been a little while since we've been on board with Haiti T, so we'll leave it at that. TLR Overdrive is fifth after starting third. F4H Music Man is sixth. Let's see here. RPG Cartman is ninth. And it looks like Iceman really has not been able to recover from his loss of fuel, but he will be regaining distance here, and that's so critical. Every mile counts in this.
Distance here. It's so quick. Every mile counts in this.
By the way, Ryan, what is the procedure for like the rest of the stint? Because obviously, is it just go from go, or is it rolling start?
I believe they all have a rolling start at the beginning. We can have a chat with Martin when he comes back, but I believe it is rolling start for every single one. Pretty much the exact same as what this stint started out as.
Yeah.
Again, now on board with TLR Overdrive, currently running 5th overall, 5th in class for the GTs. Headed back to F4H Music Man then.
Back to F4H Music Man then.
Right, so we are nearing the end of this stint. They've roughly been racing for an hour and 30 minutes, hour and 28 minutes currently, and they will race to an hour and 40 minutes for us to tally up the distances and get ready for the second stint.
Right, so we are nearing the end of this stint. They've roughly been racing for an hour and 30 minutes. Hour and 28 minutes currently. And they will
Currently in first is LMR Ascari.
the distances.
In the GTs, in the TC, that would be F4H Chris Supra leading. So we'll go back to Chris Supra. Here he is on track in his Mercedes, also very tidy. I think we're seeing a common theme here.
Really, we're just sorry. In the GTs, in the TC, that would be F4H Chris Supra leading.
Right, just need to.
Go back to Chris Supra. Here he is on track in his Mercedes, also very tidy.
Yeah. Just setting up.
Just getting ready for your stint then.
Yeah, I was just sorting out my overlay and everything. Oh. I do believe I'm going to have someone like commentating over my race as well, so I don't have to keep trying to talk to my chat. So I think Motorhead's going to be doing that, considering he's not racing, so top man he is for that. So yeah.
Looks like HCR Belmont really not far behind RPG Cartman. Could pick up a position overall, but really he's going to be battling for class, so he really doesn't want to have to get held up by that Viper if he can help it.
Yeah. How far behind is he from the next same class ahead?
Say that one more time.
How far behind is he from next up TC class?
Let's take a look at Chris Supra and see if we can't calculate what the gap is. It's really tough to tell here. We'll see if I can't find a major marker.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't seem that far behind, to be fair, from what I've just seen from the stream.
Tough to tell there. Let's see if I can find a major. It is not far behind to them to see from the stream.
It's about a 50-second gap, actually. So just under a minute gap between HCR Belmont and Chris Supra.
Yeah. Cheers, for that, man.
Yeah, another 20 seconds or so to LER Vision thing.
Cheers. Another 20 seconds or so to LER Vision thing.
Be interesting to see if anybody misses their pit window here. I'm surprised we've only had one person run out of fuel. It's very tough.
Everyone's just being very careful, aren't they? Considering it's the first stint, they don't want to do anything wrong to jeopardise their chances.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you're going to see more of the like running out of fuel and stuff like that going into the fifth and sixth stint, where everyone knows that if they've got to make up ground, they're going to try and risk it and go for it.
Right. Roughly 10 minutes to go. Nope, 6 minutes to go here in racing before they call full stop to everyone.
Roughly 10 minutes to go, 6 minutes to go. Racing. Stop them.
Looks like a rather close battle here, again between F4H Stingray and F4H Devil. They've been pretty close all race. Looks like somebody else has got back into the tires. Let's see. HCR TJ Steele still back there in that Honda. Let's see if we can't find out where the Mad S2 Racing team is. Just behind him in 14th. It doesn't look that far behind, actually. Let's go check on XPR Chicane here. He appears to be running off sort of in his own.
It doesn't look that far behind, actually. Let's go check on XPR Chicane here. Appears to be running off.
John on the one back in 16th, really finding it difficult to make it consistently around this track. I don't know if he's fighting more damage. No, just those front tires going off just a little bit for him. ATP Fenboy then currently last for the TC class, but we know that anything can happen, and he very well could move up from there in the following 5 stints.
Make it consistently around this track. It's fighting more damage.
See if Miko has made it any closer to GSR Roadrunner.
Just a little bit. Currently last for the TC class, but we know that anything can happen. And
Right, just 2.5 minutes left to go in this race before we tally the distances. Be sure to stick with us for Stint 2. I will be broadcasting that one. We'll see how that goes. There's also, again, Solar, you said you're in Stint 2. You're going to be broadcasting?
Yeah, I'm going to be broadcasting Stint 2, yeah. I'll be doing Stint 2, 4 and 6.
Be sure to stick with us for Stint 2. I will be broadcasting that one. See how that goes. Also, again, Solar, you said you're in Stint 2. You'll be broadcasting.
Well, this stint has been really the story of LMR Ascari just pulling away from the pack, as well as F4H Chris Supra, both pulling out massive leads in their classes.
2, 4, and 6.
Showing rather dominant displays of their car control and pace. I mean, it takes both to win here. You can't just be consistent and slow. You definitely have to have some pace. And LMR Ascari has got really 2 scoops of it. GSR Roadrunner behind in second, F4H Miko third. I think that's pretty much going to be the running order going into the second stint there. We've got 30 seconds left as these drivers try and get every last little mile they possibly can out of the cars.
With how Ascari's done his job in this first stint, it just seems like the rest of the stints, the LMR team's going to be able to just cruise it along. He seems to have pulled out a massive lead. But with the LMR guys, they like to prove the dominance and they'll go out all out, as they always have.
Looks like they are coming to a stop then, just now to collect their times. And indeed, LMR Ascari leads the pack with GSR Roadrunner in second, F4H Miko in third, Haiti T fourth, TLR Overdrive is fifth, F4H Music Man is sixth, HCR, my apologies, RPG Cartman is next in class there, and then in the back we've still got Iceman.
And indeed, LMR Ascari.
So let me run through here. F4H Chris Supra leads TCC. HCR Belmond is second. LER Vision Thing is third. F4H Devil is fourth. F4H Stingray fifth. HCR TJ Steele is sixth. Nismo Steve is seventh. XPR Chicane is eighth. ATP Fenboy is ninth.
Still got Iceman. So let me run through here. F4H Chris Supra leads his.
Right then, we will be tallying the distances here, and we'll be back with you momentarily. The stream will go down and come right back up, so stay with us. We'll be here in just a moment. Thanks for joining us this time, Solar.
No worries, dude. I better go set up as well.
Right then. Good luck.
Yeah. I'll see you in a bit. Have a good one.